Hi, thanks so much for joining in. You're watching BQ Prime, and this is a conversation that we've got lined up with the management of RVNL. Now, you've heard of this company. It's a listed entity, and it is focused primarily on creating rail infrastructure. But in the recent past, the company has made a bit of a pivot, a strategic shift to also look at road projects. We're going to try and understand why this has happened, what is the significance of the move, and where this is headed. Joining me to talk about this is Rajesh Prasad, the Director of Operations at the company. Thank you so much, Rajesh, for taking the time. And let's start with this conversation. I believe in July, you won a project a little over 800 crore for the creation of a highway or a roadway project. Why is this pivot taking place? And this is a new strategic direction. How big could it be?
Okay, so very good morning, Mr. Alex, and thank you very much for getting connected to your esteemed channel, the BQ Prime. So I will take some time before coming to the question about diversification to the road sector. I would like to highlight few strengths about the company. This company is relatively young. It is 20 years, 6 months old. It is vibrant, and as you mentioned, it is a listed and Navratna company now. And it has got the combination of the ruthless efficiency of a private sector and the authority of the government sector and the trustworthiness of the government sector. So basically, we have got three key strengths. The number one is the basically will to win under all kinds of circumstances, the desire to succeed, and then the urge to reach to the full potential. So we have been rated excellent for the last 12 years by the Government of India, Department of Public Enterprises, and that itself is a huge recognition. It is a manifestation of the persistence, excellence for this particular company. We are involved in all kinds of project life cycle. We have got the established financial records. We have got the experience and the trained workforce, and we always work as a team. We have always been believing in the project delivery, timely completion, and zeal to achieve the excellence, which I just now said. So what I wanted to tell you is that the company has got the proven track record. And now coming back to the road sector, see, when the nomination got stopped about 2.5 years, 3 years back, then we decided that, yes, let us get ourselves diversified. One of the strengths of this company is the flexibility. Now, I will compare the road sector with respect to the rail sector. Up to the formation level, it is almost the same. In fact, the railway embankment is much more sturdier. They have got the higher bearing capacity. They require a lot of quality measures. So up to the formation level, whether it is a road or the railway sector, it is almost the same. Then the real complication starts when we start connecting the railway tracks. Each and every station yard is required to be interlocked. A lot of interfacing works are there. A lot of challenges are there. A lot of technical challenges are there. A lot of approvals are required. See, for commissioning a road project, you don't require, once you complete it, you open for the traffic. But in the section, in the railway projects, it requires to be inspected by a separate agency under Ministry of Civil Aviation, the Commissioner of Railway Safety. So what we thought that we have got all kinds of exposure of the road. So, and further, I want to add that 1.2 kilometers of Belgaria Expressway in Calcutta, in connection with the metro construction, we made a new expressway which was more than 1.2 kilometers. We had constructed an iconic structure at Bardhaman, Cable Stayed Bridge, where the approach viaduct was more than 2.2 kilometers. And in RVNL's projects, we have commissioned more than 140 projects and must be around 500 plus number of RUBs. We call it LHS, the low height subways, along with the approaches we have considered. So we had the exposure of the road construction, and we had already the confidence of making roads under all kinds of conditions. So we were very confident that yes, road sector could be one of the segment where we can really do something extraordinary. And now if you ask the preferred segments of the projects, So the first preferred project segment would be the railway infrastructure. The second could be the metro, the high speed, then the road sectors. Then, of course, we have already graduated to Navratna status, and we have given a tagline that from local rail infra to global all infra, we have already started executing projects overseas.
Okay, so I'll come to that in just a bit, sir. But I do want to understand also, there's a subsidiary that has been created. Is that primarily for road projects?
See, there are different kinds of road projects also. We have got the EPC, we have got the HAM, and see, the difference between the BOT or the PPP model and the EPC and the HAM is the financial risk. In an EPC, the 100% risk is allocated to the government. In the PPP, it is 100% risk is allocated to the private player. In between, there is a model called HAM, hybrid annuity model. In that particular model, the 40% of the equity is basically given to the player, the private player, the contractor, the agency, which we are now. It is linked with the progress. Normally, it is in 10 tranches. It could be on 5. It could be on 6. So it is very well defined, but it will be to 40%. So it provides some kind of comfort for the EPC agency when we work for the HAM model. So if you want to know about our company, we had a net worth of around 6,800 plus crores as of 36/2023. So in one project, we can spend up to 15%, maximum 1,000 crores. But overall ceiling should be 30%. So if you calculate 30%, it will be around 2,050 crores. So we have formed, other than railway infrastructure projects, 8 number of special purpose vehicles. And we have got different shares for the different the SPVs. And this model, we are confident. See, in the EPC contracts in the road sector, there are large number of competitions. The rates are going below, and it is always negative. But in the HAM model, because of the credentials requirement, because of the initial financial infusion, competition is less, and we are very, very comfortable. So we have got a few projects on HAM model, and 2 projects which we have got recently. One is the basically Chandigarh to Paradeep Road project, which is a basically upgradation from 4 lane to 8 lane. Then another is the Chatra Expressway between Varanasi to Calcutta Highway. It is again upgradation. In one SPV, we have got 100% share, and in another, we have got a share of 49%. So if you wish to ask further questions on these 2 projects, I'm ready to give the answers.
No, absolutely. I'm glad that you mentioned. So the Paradeep is the Odisha project, right? And what is the size of the other one? So one is 808 crore, right?
Yes. So let me tell about the Paradeep project. See, we have been executing large number of projects in that particular region. We had constructed a line from Haridaspur to Paradeep, which was around 82 kilometers through SPV model. And we are constructing a DC cord line, which starts from the Chandigarh only. So we thought, let us try for the road sector in this particular region. So the total cost of this particular project was around 800 crores. We had quoted around 11% above the assessed cost. And see, the sequencing of this kind of projects is that once the LOA is issued, then an SPV is formed. So we have already formed an SPV. The name of the company is the Masakani Paradeep Road Vikas Limited, where the RVNL will have the 100% share. Then they will sign the agreement. Then appointed date when the land is 100% available, that will be decided. Then we'll execute it. The project timeline is around 2 years, and the maintenance, operation and maintenance is 15 years. And the project IRR is around 10.57%. So the project is good, and we are confident that we will be able to deliver. Regarding the other project, that is Chatra Expressway Limited, this is between Varanasi to Kolkata, one of the packages. The size of this particular project is slightly high. The RFP cost was around 1,185 crores. And our offer was around 1,275 crores. Numbers would be plus minus 0.25% here and there. And the project IRR was around 9.3% or 9.5%. And there is a concept called debt service coverage ratio. This particular parameter becomes important in these kind of projects, that the project should be able to sustain and it should be able to service the debt during the construction and after that. And in this particular case, the debt service ratio DSCR was around 1.2. The average and the maximum was 1.25. And again, we have already formed the SPV. It is the name which has been given is the Chatra Expressway Limited. It is NH22, and this particular project is again on track. And the SPV has been formed. The agreement is about to be executed. Appointed date is again likely to be declared very shortly. So what I wanted to tell you is that it is altogether a new experience going into the road sector and then trying to deliver. And we are very much focused. You try to appreciate this, that it is a new company and the government sector earlier doing only railway infrastructures. Only 2 years back, we decided that we'll go to the market, and then the road sector, we thought that will be one of the sectors where we will be comfortable because of the reasons I had stated earlier.
Yes. Absolutely. So out of 65,000 crore rupees order book, you're talking about these two projects, which is a good start, right? And you're talking about targeting 75,000 to 1 lakh crore of order book, if I'm not mistaken. Would I be right in assuming that there will be more road projects that you will bid for?
See, I had told you what are the preferred segments.
Yes.
The preferred segment, we have got the exposure in the railway sector. So the railway sector will remain number one. The metro segments, it is a highly technical projects, and we have been working now in 6 to 7 cities. So metro segments, high speed segments, the road segments, as I said, that it is almost similar kind of the railway projects, but the complication wise, it is much less than the railway sector. So the road segment is another one. Regarding the order book, see, we have participated in the bids to the extent of total number of bids will be around 175, costing around 87,000 crores, and we have bagged around 31,000 crores plus. So what I want to tell you is that in last 2 years, you can work out how much projects we have bagged from the market. 31,000 crores is a big number. Now the real challenge is that to execute these projects, but the projects which we had taken earlier, the first 2 projects in the Indore Metro, the first overseas projects in Maldives, they all are doing very well. The margins, etc., are very comfortable, and we are lucky, and we feel proud that the Indore Metro projects, they are going to have the trial by 15 September, where we have constructed the viaduct and the stations. So we feel happy about this, that the diversification which we have done are now going to give the results in time to come.
Rajesh, in terms of capability, you already mentioned that there is a parallel that can be drawn in terms of capability that you already had in order to make this pivot into the road space. But is there any expense that you will have to bear, capital expense, in order to improve your capability further?
See, I said about the net worth of the company,
yes.
And then 30% of the net worth, we can around 2,000 crores plus, we can invest in these SPVs. We had a high number of SPVs related to the infrastructures. We are requesting to the ministry to increase the power. We have already been graduated to Navratna, so we will be getting some extra status on that. And see, we had the flexibility, and we wanted to diversify. We have already entered into the road projects. We have already entered into the HAM projects. There would be some challenges, but we are 100% sure that we will be able to come over and get over these kind of challenges, and we will be able to deliver. So in time to come, yes, you are right that you will see more projects. Since we are in the market, we are also trying these kind of segments, and the road segment is one of the preferred segments.
Okay. You've also been delving deeper into the project management consultant space. Can you explain how this is important from the strategic point of view? I understand that the margins are higher in these type of operations, right?
Yeah, you are 100% correct. We bagged 3 number of consultancy contracts from NHIDCL in Northeastern region, and the margins are really very high. The projects are moving on the right track, and we have already submitted the draft DPRs, etc. Part approval of the alignments, etc. have been accorded, and the margins are slightly higher. So not slightly, it is much more than the typical railway infrastructures or the any other kind of infrastructures. So we are very keen to enter into this. And another model which I wanted to tell you is that we have signed an MOU with NHLML. It is a subsidiary of NHI in September 21, and where we are developing 35 number of the multi-modal logistics parks, and the rail connectivity part will be under our scope, where we will be doing the design, execution, and we will have some kind of shares in those projects. Recently, we have basically made 3 SPVs. One is the Chennai MMLP, Bangalore MMLP, and then this Indore MMLP. So we have got different shares, 26%. Bangalore is 16%. The Indore is 22%. So what I wanted to tell you is that that is also another model where we are getting associated with NHI, the road sector. And I personally feel that in time to come, you will see that different kind of models and different kind of projects we are executing. And the tagline which we had earlier given, that from local rail infra to global all infra, it is very much applicable to this particular company.
Sir, just as a final point, to give your investors also a sense of the roadmap going forward, this obviously is very strategic in nature, the kind of projects that you're bidding for. Just trying to understand, if I look at maybe 2 years down the line, and if I try to understand the shift in the kind of pie that you are looking at, you've clearly said that rail metro is your focus, but you're also getting to road. So therefore, can we see a more meaningful slice? Would you say that you could see up to maybe a fifth of your order book moving towards road, or is it too large? Would you say that your focus will still be primarily on rail, and this will only be an ancillary play?
No, it's not like this. You please try to appreciate one thing, that 2 years back we had 100% orders for the infrastructures. Today we have around 65,000 crores, 35,000 crores is for the railway infrastructures, and 30,000 crores is through the market, and which comprises of the metro segments, 1 or 2 railway projects, and the road projects, and the projects even in irrigation and the municipality also. So we have got now the complete basket, and the first overseas project is a marine works. So we have got all kinds of projects. So in time to come, you will see that these projects, the segments other than railway segments would be growing. The market segment will be maybe down the line after 3 years, 4 years, you will see that the projects which we get from the meeting, the business development, the order book will be, the ratio will be now from 100%, it has now almost become 50%. Maybe after 2 years, you will see that 10% and 90% from the market. So the real challenge is that the order book should remain around 1 lakh crores. We have got a turnover of 20,000 crores. So all the time we'd like to have the orders which would be around 3 to 4 times. So if we grow the top line 20,000, 22,000 crores, so all the time we should have the order book of around 85,000, 88,000 crores. From the investors' point of view, we are much more keen to maintain the bottom line, which is growing at the rate of around 16%. And we would like to make sure that the margins which we get from the projects, which we get from the market, should remain the same. And at least we should have the same kind of the graph and the CAGR for the bottom line for the investors' point of view.
Absolutely. I think that provides us with enough context and color so that the next time, sir, that we speak to you, we'll be able to get more information on the new projects that you're getting into. I wish you all the best, and thank you so much for speaking to BQ Prime.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
All right, viewers, there you have it. A pivot, a strategic move. Let's see how this pans out, and in fact, how this develops. I'm sure that we'll get more details the next time we speak to the management of RVNL. Thanks so much for watching. This is BQ Prime.